I request the Honorable Minister for Communications and IT, Government of India, Mr. Kapil Sibal, to kindly deliver his address.
Mr. Sandeep Somani, President, PhD Chamber, Secretary, Department of Information Technology, Shri J. Satyanarayanan, Mr. Sanjeev Gupta, President and Managing Director of Albion InfoTel Private Limited, Sharad Jaipuria, Vice President, PhD Chamber, Sushmita Shekhar, Secretary General, PhD Chamber, my young friends in the audience, my friends in the media, ladies and gentlemen. So I'm not a technology person. And the cloud computing is somewhat of a cloud for me. It doesn't have, at least in my mind, it doesn't have very clear contours. And I don't know when it'll shower and when there'll be a dry spell. So let me give to you a layman's point of view. Because not everybody in India understands what cloud computing is. Cloud computing is nothing but that. It's a new business model for a new world. Because the old business models will not work. So you have the MSME sector. He's a small person. He has a small investment, 10, 15, 20, 50, 60 lakhs. You know, you want to set up a server for preserving his data. The server costs lakhs of rupees. Then he doesn't have the expertise for the software. He doesn't have the engineers to deal with it. He doesn't know what applications are to be made for in his data, with his data. He knows nothing of that. He has to hire people, just as the Americans, just as the example I gave you. He has to hire people. It makes no sense to hire somebody, which is not his core business. It's not his core business to find out applications for the data that is generated by his business. He is manufacturing something. He wants to sell something to the market. He doesn't know. He doesn't have the capacity to sell. So he says, look, I can't do all this. The good business model is to outsource this. Cloud computing is nothing but outsourcing. He says, I'll outsource this. Now, how do I outsource it? I can't outsource it on my own. I have no business model. So comes Mr. Somani or Mr. Gupta and say, look, don't worry about it. I'll take you guys. I'll set up a data center. I'll provide the air conditioning for the data center. I'll hire X number of people. You give me the data. I'll make sure the data is secure. I'll ensure that nobody will hack into it. You enter into a contract with me of privacy. Your data center may be in the United States of America. Not necessary that your data center is going to be in India. So if your data center is in the United States of America and somebody hacks it there, which court has jurisdiction? Where are you going to file the suit? Can Indian MSMEs actually afford to go to litigation in situations like that? So what kind of bilateral arrangements do you need between India and the United States if servers, or whichever country, if servers are outside India, what kind of bilateral arrangements between countries should be put in place to ensure privacy and protection of your property? These are very, very complex issues, and I'm a layman. I don't understand any of this. But you have to provide answers for this, and you have to. It's in seminars like this that these thoughts should be provoked, so that you can actually go into the nitty-gritty. Security is not. It's a very small part. If you ask me, if I think 20 years from now, what's going to happen to data? It's no longer be cloud computing. I don't think that will be the term for it. It will be cloud computing and value addition. At the moment, we are looking at cloud computing as repositories of data, as centers of data with data will be protected, and your business costs will be reduced, because otherwise you cannot survive, and the costs will be shared amongst people. At the moment, this is the business model, but this business model is actually going to evolve into a far more complex business model as we go forward, because that's where the 21st century is going to take us. So I don't want to bore you anymore with what a layman thinks, but this is how I think this industry is going to go. These systems are going to evolve, and we are in very exciting times. And therefore, it's a delight to be in the midst of young minds who are embracing the future. The future belongs to you, not to old people like us. We are senior citizens already. And so, good luck to this seminar, good luck to the young people around, and thank you very much for inviting me.